Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 18 of Direwolf 20's Let's Play series. Today, I want to do a bunch of things. So we started with actually additions last episode, and that was a good time. I'd like to look into making one of the items from actually additions, the Traveler's Sack, which is really a good item, and hopefully will serve me well. So I'm going to need a little bit of leather, which I should have a bunch of, and some string, which honestly, string, really? Like none? None on the string? Did I really use it all when I... Oh, no, wait, there we go. Do totally have some. Just derping. Don't mind me. Does it have to be black wool? Oh, it's a void crystal block. That's not wool. That's a void crystal block. Okay, cool. We can totally make one of those. We just need some coal. And we'll turn it into a block form. There we go. And coal, remember we said, is void crystals. Boom. Nice. So now we can get a Traveler's Sack. This thing is cool, and it's going to be really useful for mining. So check this out. You can set it up with all kinds of good stuff. So you can set up, so this is the internal storage of the sack. So this is like where the items go. It's basically something you can use to carry items around. We'll talk about this in a minute. You can set it up to auto-insert items. So what this means is if auto-insert is on, any item you pick up will go, hey, where'd it go? Into the sack. Neat. But you can also set it up with a whitelist. Currently it's on blacklist and it's empty, so an empty blacklist means we'll pick up anything. But if we set to a whitelist, we can totally adjust what gets picked up in there. And what we'll probably want to do is get a filter from actually additions to start, you know, setting up what we want. So an item filter is just a bunch of iron bars around a black quartz. So this thing is going to, so you could, if you wanted to, like just filter like right here, but you'd only have 4 slots for filters. So by using the item filter option, it's totally better. So let's grab that stuff, and this is all in the name of what we started working on last episode, which is a better approach to mining. So the item filter here has lots of slots. So for example, we could put like rice bread in the slot, right? And then in the filter, we could put this guy. You can see on the tooltip, rice bread is one of the filtered items. Now, if we drop some stuff on the ground and we go walk over to it, we'll notice that the slime sling went into my inventory, and the rice bread, because it was on the whitelist, went into there. Sweet. I'm actually going to take that filter out, though. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I don't want to actually pick up rice bread. I want to pick up ores. So what I'm going to do is show you guys how awesome mining is now that I've got this amazing drill, which is nice and fully upgraded. I did do some mining between episodes, but I want to do a little bit more, so I'm going to go do it. Boom. And I want to collect a bunch of stuff and add it to the filter. The other thing I want to talk about is I got a flux capacitor. Remember last episode, we made a battery from actually additions? Well, guess what? I remembered that flux capacitors are a thing. It's been so long since I've played with this mod. Hello, spiders. Speaking of string, how's it going? It's been so long since I've played with thermal, right? Like, so long, that I forgot about the existence of flux capacitors. And they hold a lot more RF than batteries do. Like your standard leadstone one, which is super cheap, holds 1,000,000 RF, which is like better than like the 3rd level battery that we went and made, right? And all it is a little bit of lead, copper, and sulfur dust. And the hardened one, which I upgraded to, just needs a little bit of Invar and redstone and tin. So I could, and that one holds 4,000,000. I could bump up to a 9, a 16, and a 25,000,000 RF capacitor, but I'm probably not going to do that. The one downside is, according to the tooltip, it has to be in your hotbar. Now you can right-click it to turn it off. Shift right-click. Cool. And you can hit your hotkey to change it between charging held items, armor, or armor and held items. So right now I just have it on held items, which is fine. But I like how, like, look at the icon on the thing. Like, it changes. Like, left is held items, right is armor, and both. Like, that's just like a neat little touch that I thought was cool. So what I'm going to do now... oh, right, I should probably install my drill upgrades here so that this thing actually works. Hooray! And mine a bit. So what I'm going to do is real quick, do a little bit of mining in this area and get a bunch of ores, like black quartz ore. and like redstone ore. And as a reminder, I just got 23 redstone from all that because fortune is automatically a thing. I just got like, you know, 8 redstone from that one guy. One thing about that I learned about this this guy right here, the dank null, you can't shift right click to place blocks, which is something I usually do when I'm standing over a void or something. So that is one downside that I've thus far discovered on that. But otherwise, it's not terrible. Cool. Hey, look, gold. I'm totally gonna want that. The other thing I love is that I can like mine something from a distance and it'll like magnet right into me. Magnets for the win. All right, so let me get a few resources here, and I'm gonna start adding them all. Once I've got like a healthy amount, I'm gonna add them all to the filter. And then ideally what'll happen is I will be able to mine, and everything that I want to bring home and process will wind up in the filter. And I'm like getting lots of ores right here. I'm gonna want to get copper too, because like that one's not gonna be down here, but that's fine. So like eventually we will have it such that all of the ores will magnet right into my bag, right? So let's open up our item filter. We'll put black quartz in there. Sure, resonating crystals can go in there. Redstone, coal, resonating ore, gold. Coal's already in there. Iron, lead, and silver, right? So like that's a good starting point to our filter. So I'll install that in the whitelist section, and then now going forward, any of those ores that I collect, right? So I'm gonna just drop all these bad boys. When they all get picked up, ta-da! They all went into the bag. One thing, it was in previous versions, I don't know if it's still a limitation, but if you're actually holding the sack in your hand, I don't think they go into the sack. Like, it has to be somewhere in your inventory, and it'll be fine, but just not literally in your hand, and then you're okay, right? So look, all that redstone right into the sack. Beautiful. That will make mining a lot easier. So we've gotten to the point in our mining adventures where we are no longer limited by how long we can mine. We're more limited by our inventory space being able to carry back all the stuff that we get, which is a cool place to be, frankly. I like being in that location. Ooh, look, diamonds. Get to add them. So we got 5 diamonds. We got 11 diamonds from 6. So that's pretty good. Not bad. Not bad at all. So I'm just going to keep mining here for a minute. And then what I'll do is I will take my satchel. I'll take out my item filter. We will add nickel and diamonds, right? And then we put this back in. And we've now got a pretty good way of picking up stuff. Cool. And they're in the satchel now. Beautiful. All right. Back in a few minutes after I've mined. FYI, they weren't kidding about needing to have your flux capacitor in your hotbar. I took it out of my hotbar earlier, as you may or may not have noticed, and all of a sudden my drill ran out of power after mining for a few minutes. So that guy absolutely does need to be in your hotbar. That was no joke. Ooh, are those diamonds right there? I'm going to run into those in a sec. But that's cool. Mining is great. I enjoy mining when I get to this stage of the game, like where I'm able to legitimately like mine huge swaths of land. Like at some point I'm gonna like be like, all right, I'm done mining forever, and we're gonna set up the old quarry system. There's a couple different ways we can go about it in this pack. I haven't decided exactly how I want to quarry in large quantities yet. I haven't decided if I want to. So we do have frames by a funky locomotion. And in the next version of the pack, we're gonna have a new version of frames, which looks really cool and powerful. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Anyway, back to mining and back in a minute. All right, so been adding stuff to the filters. A couple new things to add to the filters. I came up to a higher Y level so I could mine up here. And by the way, copper ore, the world gen list of just enough resources is populated now. So that's cool. So that's pretty good. So we should be able to add copper, aluminum, and tin to this list. And actually the dank null, I'd like to add limestone to it. So we start doing that, and maybe dirt even as well. My goal, ultimately, is to come downstairs, mine, and literally my inventory doesn't get filled up at all. Like, I want to come down here and mine, and just my inventory doesn't change. That's my goal. Now, obviously, what'll happen eventually is the satchel that I'm carrying will fill up, and then my inventory will also start filling with resources, but it's all good. It's all good. Delicious copper. We're actually kind of, I don't want to say like low, but we're not in a great place with copper. So I'm happy to go mining for some down here. Aluminum I haven't had like any need for. I don't really know that there's much of a need for aluminum outside of like aluminum brass from Tinkers. I don't know, there might be, but you know, we'll see. So continuing to mine, and we'll head back home in a minute. I wonder if Mr. Me Creeps.
Oh, can do.
Whoops, hold on. Wait, wrong thing. Please stop. Mr. Me Creeps.
Mr. Me Creeps.
Would you light up the area for me?
Can do.
So if I give you those torches, will it know that? It might only know it with these torches. Yeah. So he's looking for just that torch type. Okay, that's cool. I was just curious. Alright, buddy, you can go home. Love the Me Creeps mod. Sorry, I just do. Alright, I've filled up my satchel. Boop, ready to go home. It's only one thing I kind of wish. Well, I mean, it's not that big a deal because I'm already near the portal. But I really wish I had a way to get home without having to walk there through, you know, creeper-infested darkness. Especially like when I go hunting around the Nether or somewhere else. I think now's a good time to look at an RFTools teleporter. By the way, pretty sure I can shift right-click this. Nice! I can. That's a beautiful thing. And all the resources, boom, will go right into the chest. Looks like this guy has one more inventory slot than the chest does, but that's all good. And we can put these things away. Not my bread. These things can all go away. Marble? Should I put marble in here? I feel like I should. Boom. Now it's done. Loving it. Loving, loving, loving mining with this new setup. I guess the other thing I'm going to want to do... Wow, you're kind of low on power. Do the thing. Coal? Coal. I should have lots of coal. Oh, you're still pulverizing coal? Chunk loading I imagine to be a little bit funky in this version. I know a few people have mentioned that. Loaded chunks 0. Didn't that say... Okay, cool. I thought I had that working before, but maybe something derped. Maybe that would explain why this thing was out too. Well, we'll keep an eye on it. Either way, it's no big deal. We will let this continue to run. But that explains why that guy's low on power. Not that big a deal, though. All right, stuff. It's nighttime. I should probably make it not nighttime. Let's get working on RFTools, teleporting. Because that, now that we have a lot of ender pearls, is a pretty trivial thing to set up. And probably pretty cool to do as well. So this is all disabled at the moment. So none of that's running right now, which is fine. I don't need it to be running. And I don't actually want it to be running because I want to conserve the power, and we're actually pretty full on inventory-ish type stuff. So let's look at RFTools. So there's two things that we're going to want. Matter receiver. This guy is going to be the block that we can teleport to. So wherever we put this in our base, we will teleport to it when we make the handheld teleporter. That's pretty much what I want to work on right now. So we're going to need, basically, it's lapis, but it's ore dictionary with blue dye. Iron and gold nuggets, redstone, iron, and ender pearls. So we're, like, good enough on this stuff that we can do a lot of this. Lapis, redstone I got already, some gold nuggets I think we needed a few of. All right, let's do it. Boom, 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 doot, doot, doot. Cool. Easy enough. We're also going to want some leadstone, which I may or may not have some of already, or did I use it all up? I've got 4. We may want a few more of these. 6, 3, and leadstone. Nice. All right, flux capacitor's all charged. You're filling up, it looks like, so that's kind of good. Gonna probably want to really soon start getting into the idea of more power gen. Because this guy, while he's doing a great job, could probably do better than that. We might want a couple more of these and then eventually get into some more power gen options. So where should we set up this guy? So we don't really have... I might set him up right in the center of this room. Right, before I forget, take these guys out. Otherwise, we make a giant mess. So this might not be a terrible place, right? Now, he does need power, and we might want to give him a name. So we'll call him Direbase. Public means anybody on the server can access it, but since I'm in a single-player world, this doesn't mean anything. But private means you can add whitelist people. So if you want to make it so that anybody can teleport to your base, if you're playing on a server, you can make it public. If you want to make it only certain people can, make it private. Cool. And then we just need a little bit of power. There we go. Nice. So you're good to go for power now. By the way, if you teleport to a receiver that doesn't have power, it's a bad time. Don't do it. Now we're going to want... handheld? Is that what it's called? Charged border? I'm trying to remember the name of it. Hey, there it is. Charged border. That's what we want. Easy peasy. Nice. So this guy, which by the way will totally fill up at nights, and we just shift right click, charge border set to 1. Beautiful. Anywhere in the world that I live or happen to be, boom, teleports me home. Oh, that's great. That's another one of those points when you get to in Minecraft, modded Minecraft of course, where it just opens the game up. Like, so cool. Now I can go wherever I want, right? I can go visit the village, I can go visit the astral sorcery stuff, I can go exploring the nether, and not worry about getting home. Wherever I am in the world, right? So like I'm in the nether, I'm collecting more nether quartz, or I'm mining in my mining dimension. Doesn't matter. It's, you know, I'm down mining, I've collected a bunch of stuff, I'm ready to go home, boom. Teleporting across dimensions takes more power, by the way, so just keep that in mind. But it's all good. Nice. So, we've been doing lots of upgrades around this, that, and the other thing, right? One of the upgrades I'd like to look into getting... Wow, I have to do something with this at some point. We'll have to organize that. What I'm thinking is trash can drawer system. We've got a lot of resources in there, so having drawers would probably be... You know what I'm going to do, so I don't forget about it, because I will forget about it if I don't do this. I'm going to leave one blaze rod in there, just to note that like there's a blaze rod in there. The next thing I like to usually upgrade for mining purposes is maybe switch this guy to an ender chest. And you notice I have ender chests ready to roll right here. So blaze rods, chest, obsidian, white wool. Pretty straightforward. So ender chests work just like the ender tanks in that you can set up an ender chest. Oh, right, I need a chest as well. Boom. And every ender chest with the same color code links to every other ender chest with the same color code. So ideally what you would normally do is have multiple ender chests set up. But one other thing you can make is an ender pouch, which is a bag you can carry around that is pretty awesome and links to the ender chest of the same color. So what I'm going to do is set up an ender pouch that will link to the ender chest and then be able to sort stuff on the go. So we're going to need a few of you, and we're going to need an ender pearl and another piece of wool, which I may or may not. I do. Good. Boom, 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 boom. So now I'm going to leave white, 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 because that's kind of always what I use for my sorting chest. So basically right now, anything I put in here will go into the ender chest here and then get pulled out and sorted. How cool is that? So we can pop downstairs and even see that happening real time, so you can see items are sorting as we speak. So open your ender chest, put things in it, like a chest and some sulfur and some blaze rods and some iron and some oak planks and some leadstone flux, and boom, all these items will get routed out, and you can see they're routing throughout the system and getting auto-sorted. So now we have so many cool things that are going to be useful for us. Basically, we have a method of from anywhere in the world, this works across dimensions and everywhere else, you can sort stuff into your sorting system using the ender pouch. So if there's anything you don't need to have right now, you can sort it. We also have a great way to go mining. We also have a great way to teleport home. It's pretty much the bee's knees. We are super, super duper, awesomely, really efficient with the way we can get around and do stuff. So we'll be back in a minute. So one of the benefits of this new teleportation technology is it allows me to more easily explore and navigate my surroundings, which, coincidentally, I already found something that I was looking for. Now, you're called sand, but you look more like quicksand to me. Yeah, I don't think you're quicksand. You know what? You're a liquid, aren't you? Oh, you are a liquid. You sneaky devils. So that's the way you want to play it, huh? Dank Knoll is going to get sand and sandstone as well, by the way. Interesting. So this kind of leads into... I'm not ready to move yet, but I will state that my concept for what my base is going to look like, it involves a desert. It definitely involves a desert. And I really like, actually, how this little oasis looks over here. So I'm guessing this is like an oasis biome, or is this part of the desert that... Yeah, it's an oasis. Nice. That is beautiful. And what do we got going on over here? Is this some kind of like... Ooh, that's neat. That's like a Deadlands or a Badlands or something like that, right? Is that what the biome here is? Wasteland. That's it. Ooh. I actually kind of really dig the whole fog thing that's going on here. The nasty water and everything. Nice. All right, so remembering that this is here, because this is something I'm gonna use later. But it looks like the sun's getting low. I don't want to travel all the way back home, so I just right-click this little gadget, and boom, I'm back at my house. All right, back in a few minutes, guys. Doing a little bit of nicening up of my house. Ooh, you know what? Might be a neat idea. And we've got enough diamonds for the time being. Could I get more ineffable glass? I feel like that's doable, right? I might want 2 sets. Idea. Well, kind of an idea. Well, not sure if I want that idea. Maybe I want that idea? I actually don't know. I'm planning on how I want to do some things and stuff. So I want to check out another mod. I want to get started checking out another mod. I need a little bit of space for it, but not a huge amount. Maybe I bump out this wall, because that's kind of like the most logical wall to bump out, or this one, and extend another 9x9 in the general direction of over there-ishness. That might not be terrible. I'm going to definitely need more smooth stone, though. Let's start smelting. What I might want to do, you know what I could probably do, is augment my pulverizer more. Could I bump you up? You're currently hardened tier. Upgrade kit, please. So the next tier would be reinforced, which means electrum, silver gear, and hardened glass. Let's upgrade him to the electrum tier, and then try and get some speed upgrades in him and see how good we can get the furnace cooking. Do we already have... We do have 2 hardened glass. Cool. And I think it was in here. We've got some electrum and some signalum, but I don't really see nickel, another electrum ingot. So let's get these 2. So 4 electrum, and then we're going to want 4 silver. So that should be cool. So induction furnace. I know we've been talking about like not having enough power for things, and now I'm going to make upgrades that require more power. But, you know, it's direwolf. Welcome to my channel. Electrum upgrade kit. Cool. Boom. So now you can hold more power, 40 RF a tick. So that runs a little bit faster. You're supposed to be smelting, by the way. I upgraded. That's fine. I'll make another one. Because I was supposed to be smelting you. Derp. You go away. Nice, nice, nice. Let's get 4 more. So I'm going to want 2 of you, 2 of you, and 3 of you. And we're also going to want some more obsidian and like 2 lead and 2 obsidian, which I can totally get. I'm just going to snag a stack of obsidian down here. And we'll pulverize 2 of them. 1, 2. And then induction smelter, you guys. Not terrible. So we're going to upgrade our machines to the reinforced here, and then I want to throw some speed upgrades on these guys and see how good we can get them. So that's cool. There's your hardened glass that we're going to need. I think that gets me 2, right, per recipe? Nice. Ah, right. 1 iron. I got exactly what I needed, except for one thing. Alright, so we'll upgrade this machine as well then. So that's going to boost the power and the speed a little bit, but we can speed it up even more with some augments. So the main one to think about would be this one. Machine processing speed at the cost of power. Right, so that's just gold and redstone. Like, that's all it is. So that's actually, like, really cheap and easy. So we'll get 2 of these for now. 1, 2, boom, boom. Nice. So if I dropped these... Now, the only problem might be that this is... So right now it's using 40, Boom, now it's using 80. Boom, now it's using 120. That's fine, because leadstone can transfer 1,000 RF a tick. So that's actually not a problem for us. And wow, you're doing great. So hey, that's pretty neat. That's nice and fast. I like that quite a bit, actually. I can make it faster, too. Upgrade kit. What would require a signalum speed? So I need cryothium dust for that, and 4 signalum and electrum gear. So that shouldn't also be a problem. I'm going to need a better approach to getting signalum, I think. But it is 3 copper and a silver and 10 redstone, right? The main slowdown on this is usually the magma crucible. So maybe we should look at upgrading the magma crucible as well. My buckets. Because this thing's always the slow part, right? With the 10 of those dudes. But you're doing great, actually. So that's cool. Hardened glass is done. And now cryothium, though, that is going to require blizz power, niter, snowball, and redstone. Blizz powder I can get from blizz rods. I can just pulverize them is probably the best way to go about it. Oh, and I get snowballs from that too. So if I don't already have a plate, I do have one. So that should be enough. If I just pulverize you. Nice. And you. And then we're also going to need to drop this in here. Let's put these things away for the time being. Cool. And blizz powder also needed nitrate dust or niter or something like that. That niter, I'm pretty sure I can pulverize sandstone and get that as a low chance, 40-ish, if I don't already have it. So we might have some in our dusts. I don't think so though. So if I got some sand, turned it into sandstone, and pulverized it, we might have a better chance. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I got my cryothium dust. I've got my bucket of destabilized redstone. Let's pulverize 1 silver. I should get speed augments in these too. Upgrading all these machines will make my processing of stuff a little bit faster. And that's really something I should look into doing pretty quickly. It's kind of what I'm doing right now, for the most part. Nice. Okay. And then sand. Don't I need sand for signalum? That is actually not that easy to come across. Well, I mean, not that sand's hard, but like, boom and boom. That should be cool. I should really upgrade all these machines, to be totally fair. Okay, so you need that, and then you need an electrum gear, which needs gold and silver. 2 gold, 2 silver. Yeah. I might do some more upgrading off camera, because I wouldn't mind getting, I think I have the resources, it shouldn't be a problem, it'll just take some time. I'd like to upgrade almost all these machines to signalum tier. I feel like that might be cool. Iron, right. There we go. And then if I wanted to grab some gold, I could totally get another augment for speed. So these are cheap. There's a bunch of augments you can get, obviously, but let's try this out now. So I throw this guy on here. So that bumps it up to 150 RF a tick. Now we're at 200 RF a tick, and the processing of cobblestone should be that much faster. Let's give it a shot. Boom. Oh, that's beautiful. That's what I'm talking about. Very nice. All right, so definitely feel like now's a good time to start upgrading all of our good stuff we've got going on here. And look at that, I can sort it wirelessly. I love it. So maybe I'll make, let's get an accounting of where we're at. We need one more. This guy has nothing. This guy has nothing, nothing, and nothing. They're all basics. I wouldn't mind doing this one and this one. This guy's usually pretty fast, so I don't think we need to upgrade the fluid transposer at any point. But upgrading these two all the way to signalum would be cool. So we want one more signalum and 2 all the way to signalum. Off camera, maybe? Yeah. All right, so good news is I've got the 3 signalum upgrade kits, and one of them can go directly onto the pulverizer. Now, the other 2 I need to make the previous tiers for. So we're going to totally want some... Do I have some ferrous? So I did get some nickel. Cool, 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 cool. All right, so how about do 10 and 5? Does that sound like a good number? I don't know, I'm making up numbers. So the electrum ones shouldn't be too bad. We can do 3. I only need 2 of these, so I'll do the 2 that I need. Right, so that's for you and you. And then we just need hardened, which is going to be some bronze gears. So let's go like this. Can you do that? I guess not. Cool. Oh, that's silver. Well, there's your problem. You can. Neat. Okay, cool. Well, that's good to know that that works. So you need bronze gears times 2. You are done enough with your invar that you can get 2 sets of these, right? Cool. Weird derpiness with the shift clicking. All right, cool. So here's a neat trick. Check this out. This plus this makes a Signalum conversion kit. What that does is it, in one click, immediately applies. So you and you are immediately boosted up to the Signalum tier. Nice. So they're all upgraded. That's amazing. I like it. All right, cool. You can see I've moved a few of my reception coil augments into these things, but they're all augmented now, and that's really good. You know what else I might want to augment? You're at what, the hardened tier? I could bump you up to Signalum tier. That shouldn't be a problem. Let me do that real quick, too. I'm just going to need another... let's see how much faster this runs. It's probably going to burn through power a lot quicker. Oh, nice. It applies like that. 250 RF a tick, but it should be a lot faster now. Oh, yeah, that's beautiful. Because this was kind of the slowest part of this process. That's a lot of power, but that's okay. It's all good. So with that, then you can crush up 1, 2, 3. And a silver, please. Boom, boom. Nice. You're used to make that. You induction smelt these guys with 2 of you. You know what else I need? Is more blizz. More blizz powder. Do we have another blizz rod in here? I think no. But I think outside I've got one. It's the one thing I didn't account for, was upgrading that thing in the basement. Good, I do have some blizz rods down there. Do I have niter by chance? I've got sulfur. I don't think I will have niter though. Ooh, I've got snowballs though. That's kind of nice. I'm totally going to want one of them. Because the chances of getting a snowball from a blizz rod pulverizer is not high. Not low, just not high. Put away some junk we don't need. Oh good, we got one. Neat. And you know what else I'm going to need? That niter stuff. There's augments that give you a higher chance of getting that secondary effect, but it's all good. Nice. So Signalum upgrade tier, beautiful. Electrum, beautiful. And then these guys, I don't think I can do that because it's already hardened, so I can't one-click it, but it's fine. I can do that and that. Sweet. Now, you know what else I would like to do is avoid wasting power, because we are kind of wasting power a bit sometimes. This guy will slow down and throttle himself, but not all the way. So to deal with that, there's one augment that I'd like to get before we wrap up the episode, and that is increased efficiency, auxiliary transmission, SOX, advanced throttle. Excitation field limiter, I'm pretty sure that's what that does. Prevents RF loss due to flux coil saturation. So right now when the flux coil is full, meaning the internal buffer of the dynamo is full, it will slow down its fuel use, but not completely stop it. With this augment, it will completely stop it. Cool? So that is just some lead, electrum, and glass. So that is like stupidly cheap. To the point where I don't know why we don't already have one in there, aside from the fact that it wasn't augmented yet. So that's cool. I like this. So we do that, and it's a lead nugget that we need. Excitation field limiter, check. So this will, it'll use up an augment slot, which is kind of the downside. Let me let this fill up all the way so you guys can see. And I wonder if I can throw, didn't we have another dynamo upgrade in here? It's probably chilling over here somewhere. Yeah, auxiliary transmission coil. I can throw that in there. You can't have more than one specialization in there, but I can totally do that. Now it's making 500 RF a tick. Ha, that's pretty good for one 500 RF a tick. That ain't bad, guys. That's good. So watch what happens when this fills up all the way. So you can see as this thing fills up, it reduces its power out to about 10%. But it'll still burn fuel at a rate of 10% low of what it would normally do. So we're still, at this point, technically wasting fuel. We throw this augment in there, boom, now it's at 0 R per tick, and it's not going to use any fuel. That's what we want to see. And that's what we are seeing, and therefore we are happy about that. So with this in here, it absolutely cuts out the waste of power that you would have otherwise. Nice. All right, so that's a really nicely upgraded base, and I'm going to call that wrapping up point for the episode. So we will come back next time, and we will do more fun things with this. So for now, Daryl20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Next episode, not 100% sure what we'll work on, but we will figure it out when we get there. For now, take it easy.